Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and believe it or not, if you want to get a hold of me, the most easily accessible way is through Google+. I'm serious. I don't accept any friend requests on Facebook from people I don't know. I say this because I know a lot of my viewers have found me on Facebook, and they've tried to friend add me. They've even sent messages, hey, we agree on something, let's be friends, and the answer is, you know what, no. With all due respect, Facebook is personal time. But if you follow me on Google, you know, there's nothing I'm going to do to stop you. So Google Plus was always kind of the easy way for people to follow me. It's also what I use to sign up for any services because I personally use the service so little, it didn't really matter to me. And Google Plus was one of those services that tried to compete with Facebook. Social media is very big, and once every decade or so, there's like this new social site that just blows up and becomes this really big thing. And Google wanted to be that next big thing. And they merged, like you could combine it with Blogger and YouTube and all these different services that Google used. And my personal opinion of Google Plus has always been, it wasn't bad, but honestly, it lacked personality, which is kind of my opinion with a lot of Google products. I mean, I use them, but there's nothing inherently special about them. In fact, Gmail was pretty much just a basic passable email service that looked very basic. They tried to give it a makeover a few days ago where it looks all fancy now, and I hate it. It's like these guys do not know how to design slick looking products. But apparently it doesn't really matter because Google Plus is going to be shut down in 10 months following a security leak. So yeah, that logo you see in the corner, it's not going to be seen pretty much. It might be used a couple more times if this story gets worse, but you're not going to hear about it too much. So, according to The Verge, Google is going to shut down the consumer version of Google Plus over the next 10 months, the company writes in a blog post today. The decision follows the revelation of a previously undisclosed security flaw that exposed users' profile data that was remedied in March 2018. A security flaw that was breached, exposing many people's data, and the company didn't say anything. Sounds a lot like Uber, which Google actually invests in. Boy, amazing how the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Google says Google Plus currently has low usage and engagement, and that 90% of Google Plus users' sessions last less than 5 seconds. Still, the company plans to keep the service alive for enterprise customers who use it to facilitate conversations among coworkers. New features will be rolled out for that case, the company says. Google is focusing on a secure corporate social network, which is odd considering this announcement comes along with the news that the company left profile details unprotected. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's a very odd thing because you're saying, okay, we're going to keep it professional. You have to pay to use it. It's not going to be for the everyday consumer, but we just had this huge data leak. And so, yeah, give us money and more data. Really, guys? In addition to sunsetting Google+, the company announced new privacy adjustments for other Google service. API changes will limit developers' access to data on Android devices in Gmail. Developers will no longer receive call log and SMS permissions on Android devices, and contact interaction data won't be available through the Android Contacts API. That same also API provided basic interaction data like who you last messaged, and that permission is also being revoked. So basically, it's going to be a lot more secure. You're not just going to be giving out your data and information willy-nilly from this point on. As for the Gmail changes, the company is updating its user data policy for the consumer version of the email service. This will limit apps and the scope of their access to user data. Ben Smith, Google Fellow and VP of Engineering, writes, only apps directly enhancing email functionalities such as email clients, email backup services, and productivity services, e.g. CRM and mail merge services, will be authorized to access the data. Any developer who has this access will have to undergo security assessments and agreements and agree to new rules about data handling, like not transferring or selling user data for targeting ads, market research, email campaign tracking, or other related purposes. And this is kind of strange because here's the thing. If you've ever wondered why Google products are free, why they can just give these things away pretty much, it's because they sell your data. It's actually kind of an open secret. And people are always shocked when I tell them that their data is being sold, but it's like, no, it is. That's how they're giving you away the service for free. That's why the browser is free. That's why the email is free. That's why the blogging service is free. That is why YouTube is free. Because they're looking at what you're watching. They're looking at what you're reading. They're looking at what you're writing. They're looking at what you're receiving. And they're selling your information to companies so that they can sell you ads. Why do you think Gmail is one of the few email services that puts a heavy emphasis on advertisements? They actually will put the ads above the regular emails based on what you search. So if they take this feature away, then they're going to have to start charging for Gmail or something, because believe it or not, this stuff isn't cheap to run. It's expensive to run an email service the way Gmail does it, and at the size of Google's clientele. So I don't know how they're going to make money. I mean, this, I think, might be a very temporary thing. You know, they're just going to temporarily halt it, wait for the bad press and the bad feelings to go by, then they're going to bring it back silently. Although the FTC is investigating them, so who knows when that will be. Let's continue. Google previously tried to quell privacy concerns earlier this year after the Wall Street Journal detailed how common it is for third-party app developers to be able to read and analyze users' Gmail messages. At the time, Suzanne Fry, I don't know how you pronounce that, the director of the company's Security, Trust, and Privacy Division of Google Cloud, emphasized that users should review what apps have access to their accounts and revoke it if necessary. Last year, Google announced that it would stop its long-standing practice of scanning the contents of individual Gmail users for advertising purposes. Where did I leave? Oh, there it is. Of course, the company still has plenty of data it can target advertisements against, like search history, YouTube views, and other Chrome actions. So they're basically taken away from Gmail, but nothing else. And Gmail will be temporary, trust me. These recent changes are being attributed to an internal Google effort called Project Strobe, which involved a review of third-party developer access to Google account and Android device data and our philosophy around apps data access, according to Google. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Now, again, as I stated earlier, I don't know how much I'm going to miss Google+. It is very, very convenient for signing into things and signing up for things, and not having to give away my data, because I use that site so little. Whatever information they're getting from me, it's not much. It really is not much. And yet, people are not happy. In other articles, that's not this one, the FTC is probing Google about this. They are investigating it. And after the Facebook fiasco, 2 Facebook fiascos. We've had 2 Facebook fiascos, and now this, and now Uber. I think people are going to get a lot more weary about these services being free and selling data. The government, it appears, might even be starting to take this seriously. And you're going to have to keep an eye out, start watching the Senate discussions on CNN and Fox News, see what the senators are saying, see how they're responding to this, because these products can change drastically. Personally, I think where this is heading, and I know some people don't want to hear it, I think they're going to have to just stop combing the data. They're going to have to start charging people for these services. At that point, we're going to find out how much people really want these services, because many of the things that people like most about these services is that they're free. But do you want to pay $1 a month for Twitter? Do you want to pay $10 a month for Facebook? Do you want to pay anything for Google+? I mean, geez, I know people who, get 3 movies a month with MoviePass, and that's apparently too much money for them. So people just want things free. And with these products, they've been getting them for free for a long time. But if they're going to truly stop mining the data, then they're going to have to start charging for the products. Because it doesn't look like it, but again, it's a lot of money to maintain Gmail. It really is. So who knows? But I would love to know your thoughts. What do you think about all of this? Are you going to miss Google+? I would love to know. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.